Hey, it's Amanda, and I'm here in the chemo room, and they've already accessed my port, and we're just waiting for the medications to come up. This will be home for the next several hours. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Triple Negative Positive. This is Amanda. Just wanted to give you guys another update on how things are going after my first time with chemo. Excuse the background. I am in a hotel here out in Eastern Kentucky for work, and I'm stuck here until tomorrow until I can go home. Hopefully the roads will be good. But we've had some nasty snow and ice coming through here, so a lot of stuff has been shut down. I'm almost a week out now, and for the most part, I think everything went really well. It didn't take that long to do because I had done the lab work beforehand, so I didn't have to wait around for the labs to come back. They started me off with a couple of oral medications for nausea and steroids, and I ended up getting the adrimycin, doxorubicin, red devil, whatever you want to call it, first, and then it was followed by the cyclophosphamide on a pump for about 30 minutes or so. I felt pretty good leaving. I did get a little bit lightheaded at the end of the doxorubicin, and that lasted for about 5 hours. And I ended up starting to get a headache, and that lasted for the good portion of the rest of the day. But those were really minor. They didn't really bother me at all or anything like that. I think the worst part was the fact that the steroids kept me up literally all night long. Kind of funny enough, like I was being quiet, like looking at stuff online while my husband was trying to sleep. And even though I was being quiet, he would turn over and he would look and he'd be like, "Honey, you need to go to sleep." And I would be like, "Do I look like I'm tired? Do I look like I'm tired to you?" I say that jokingly, but that's probably one of the worst part of the experience was the steroids keeping me up for over 30 hours. But I did talk with my oncologist about this even before treatment when they told me that I would be receiving steroids, that steroids do cause me anxiety, insomnia, and a voracious appetite. Now, because of the chemotherapy also acting on my appetite, I really haven't had a whole lot of an appetite, but I've been trying to make sure that I've been drinking plenty of fluids and trying to eat, healthy small snacks. I really didn't have any nausea after the first couple of days. I would get like a little spurt where I'd feel kind of queasy, but it really wasn't anything bad. I didn't end up getting sick or anything like that, just an occasional spell of queasiness. I did take some medicine that quelched that, but I have not had much of an appetite for any kind of food, which I'm definitely not going to blow away by any means. But as you can see, I still have my hair. The nurses said that usually about 7 to 10 days is when you'll start to notice it. Tomorrow will be 7 days out, and so far so good. Last week at my first appointment, the oncologist had offered to write me a prescription for a wig, so I could get fitted for one of those. But emotionally, I was not ready to hear that. I was not ready. Even though I knew that's what was going to happen, I was not emotionally ready to deal with that on top of everything else at the time. I wasn't there yet. But I did call back last week to get that taken care of. I'm going to go pick it up, I think, later this week and make an appointment at one of our local places there in Lexington to see what's available for wigs. Not really sure yet if I'm going to go with something that's very similar to my hair already, or if I'm going to go with something fun. I mean, I guess this would be the time to try something new for hair, but I haven't decided yet. I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get there, and I will try and take some video footage during then to include you guys on how that process is going. But again, I have come to terms with that, I more than likely don't have unicorn hair that's going to just stay, and I'll be the one of the 1% that doesn't lose my hair. I mean, I do know that that's reality. Oh, let me back up. Okay, so after the end of the cyclophosphamide injection, they put the Neulasta injector on. It's a small box about that big, and you can put it on your abdomen or on your arms. 27 hours after your chemo is when it goes off, and it injects the medicine very slowly over about 45 minutes or so through a very tiny little catheter. Just like when you're getting an IV done, the nurse or whoever's starting the IV, they'll put the needle in, and then the needle comes out and just the little catheter is left in there, and looks like a tiny plastic drinking straw, but it's even smaller than like a 24 gauge catheter. If you were to get like an IV and have a 24 gauge, which is really tiny, what they use for babies, it's smaller than that. And then once it's done, the little sensor shows that it's empty. It didn't hurt. There was no bruising or anything after. I think the worst thing has been Friday night. I noticed I felt really achy. Like, even though they recommend you take Claritin starting the day before chemo and taking that through, and that would help combat the pain that Neulasta can cause. Some people say it's joint pain, some people say it's muscle pain. For me, it literally felt like a giant had wrung my torso. Like, all the pain was either up in my back or in my chest. Just very, very sore, and I felt really tired Friday night. But I don't know if that was from the Neulasta or because I hadn't slept well. So it could be, or maybe both. It's been pretty good now. The last 24 hours, I really haven't noticed any major aches like I did the first few days with Neulasta. So regarding work, I took off the day of the treatment last Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then I started back work again on Monday, which was yesterday, and working all of this week, and then again next Monday and Tuesday. And that's my plan for right now. And I'll adjust it if needed. But right now I need to work for my mental sanity. I'm not the kind of person that does well just sitting at home and feeling sorry for myself. I want to get up and do stuff and be around people and, keep living. I know I still have a long ways to go, 15 more treatments. I have a long journey, but I am one treatment closer, hopefully, to being done with all of this nonsense. Take care of yourselves, and God bless.